um, maintaining conscious contact or awareness of this connection I have with life itself, this life that is whole and full and not lacking anything, simply because it's a lot. There's life, and it's alive. It's alive. There's the fullness of it. Or if there wasn't the fullness of it, would it even be alive? But considering gratitude and exploring gratitude and how this might fit into this in with this connection thing, right? Yeah. So, how can gratitude be a state of being? A state of being. Can there be this unconditional gratitude, like this unconditional love? Am I unconditionally loving? Can I unconditionally be grateful? Must my gratitude be, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that? Must my gratitude be a means to an end? Or can it be unconditional? Can it be unconditional in the sense that it doesn't come and go with conditions that come from conditions I put on being grateful, that arise from judgments that I make, that arise from assumptions that I make, that arise from senses of entitlement that I might have, that arise from the conditioning of those that the world has put me into me, that has programmed me with to think that I must have these conditions met in order to be grateful. But true gratitude is not that. True gratitude is unconditional, just like true love is unconditional. I look at the birds. I walked in the woods yesterday and I looked around at the birds and I considered that no matter what happens in this silly world, every day they get up and sing. They don't have an attitude. They're not conditioned. They don't have these beliefs and assumptions and everything, but the song just comes out of their nature. It's their nature to sing. And it's our true nature just to be grateful. Just like there's this joy of being, there's this being grateful, There just like there's this love, that's like the sun that shines on everything without partiality. Gratitude can be like that, to where it's not dependent on what's going on outside of us, because it is what we are. Huh? Yeah. Can it be? And so I'm exploring that, I'm contemplating and chewing on that remembering of who I really am, and that's grateful. Grateful. To remember that that's who I am, I'm grateful. Just to remembering that I'm the light, I'm the love, I'm the joy. Those things are fruits of the Spirit. They're manifestations of being who we really are, which are loving, joy, peace, patience, trust, and the like, And so that this gratitude is like that. In a sense, it's a manifestation of our being. It's a fruit of the Spirit. It comes from the Spirit. It's not disconnected from the source. Its manifestations come from the source, and not from a disconnection with the source. So the conditions don't matter what's going on outside. What matters is that these things are manifested from the inside out, right? The gratitude comes from the inside out and flows outside, and it's not conditional. It doesn't matter what's out there. The flow is there. When I can drop all these conditions that I've conjured up from my programming and conditioning that the world has given me. Especially in the times that we're in, I can consider things like, if my Social Security, I put money into that all my life, and if I see it as threatened and I see it as, I got a right to that. I got a right to that, and I got that sense of entitlement. What does that serve me being at peace? Does that serve me being grateful? Does that belief serve me being loving and forgiving? And if it's not serving me being those things, do I really want to hold on to it and nurse it and justify it? Probably not such a good idea, because if I don't have my peace, it doesn't matter how much money I have if I don't have the peace and joy. So it's better for me just to trust life. Let what comes come and let what goes go. And realize that what's really important isn't what's going on out here. It's what I'm manifesting out here from within me. From within me. To keep the light on inside. To keep the lamp burning. So that I can walk in the light of who I am. And the awareness of who I am. To be a light unto myself, so to speak. And if I'm not doing that, I'm in the dark. The darkness of ignorance that comes with adherence to all these beliefs and notions that make it all conditional. So I'm taking some time today to stop and really consider when these feelings arise in me of injury from things going on the outside. What's that really all about? What's that really all about? Could it be the judgments I'm making? The conditions I'm putting on life? Because I've noticed this over years. It doesn't matter what I think is fair or not. People will get divorced. People will go broke. People will live who I wish were dead. And there were people who will die that I wish wouldn't. And people get sick, and that's just the nature of the stuff out here, right? Yeah. That's just the nature of that stuff. So I have to learn to dance with that. And if I can't learn to dance with that, it's going to step on me every time. But if I can dance with it, flow with it, and sync up with it to where I'm going in with the flow of what is actually being, rather than caught in the thinking of what being should and shouldn't be, yeah, then there's peace. Then there's acceptance. There's not a problem life is no longer a problem that needs to be solved. It's just lived. The life itself is imperturbable. It's not set off. And that's where I want to be today. Walking in the awareness of what this is really all about. rather than fighting with all the stuff on the outside, with the news and the politics and religion. Because every time I fall into that, I become miserable. And why fight for my right to be miserable? I give up. I give up. I surrender these rights, these senses of entitlement, and I just accept what's coming at me without putting conditions on it. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking about today.